Well, what do you think? Should Springfield get a casino? 217-629-7970. That is the phone number here with Springfield's Morning News on 92.7 WMAY. I'm Greg Bishop, and we had the council roundup last hour, and really a major focus at the latter part of the meeting was about the idea of Springfield passing a resolution to send to the State House saying, essentially, if they're going to think about opening up more gambling and more casinos across the state, Springfield put their chip on the table and said they want in on that action. So I'm asking you now, those who live in Springfield, those who live around Springfield, what do you think? Should Springfield get a casino? 217-629-7970. That's the phone number here with WMAY. So sound off because this is an issue that we've heard about, we've talked about for a long time. The state did approve some new casinos recently. There's one Southern Illinois, you've got Rockford, you've got Chicago that's got one lined up. But what about Springfield? And we have already a ton of video gaming machines, but that's not table games. And that's something that the mayor's talked about, saying that we should have table games and a place where people can go and sports bet at a casino. Now, the mayor says that the Wyndham City Center turmoil is one of the reasons why they've brought this back up to think of options for the Wyndham City Center downtown. But Alderman Williams had an interesting proposal during the council meeting last night where he talked about another hotel that could probably be a pretty good fit for a possible casino with table games.
It may be the new council, and we may do something totally different and still not do it. However, if we decide to do it in Springfield, there's a hotel there called Crown Plaza, and the bottom two floors. I'm telling you guys, big parking lot already. We just set up and we ready to go. Thank you.
That's a pretty good idea there. The Crown Plaza could actually be a viable option. But what do you think? The residents of Springfield, those who live in and around the area, should Springfield get a casino? Given that we've got proliferation of gambling machines through the nose. Good morning, you're on WMAY.
I say yes.
You say yes.
Absolutely.
Now,
and here's...
Go ahead.
Well, I would say, every time there's something going on downtown, I didn't hear all the city council, but it seems like there's some business owners downtown that they're like going to city council, begging the city council to give them business. And I just don't remember opening up a business and people, going to open a business going, I'm going to make a livelihood out of opening a business, but I'm going to go to the government and ask them for customers. And that's how I'm going to survive. And I'm going to depend on them. At some point, you got to figure out why people that live 2 miles from you don't want to come to your establishment.
So you seem to be more referring to those businesses who are opposing the idea of a casino because they are seeing some rewards from the gambling machines that they have in their business, and they don't want that to be cannibalized by having a casino. But the mayor's been trying to alleviate some of those concerns, saying that if there is a casino, he'd only want to have table games and sports betting. But still, some of the businesses that have these gambling machines in their business pushed back against the idea. Do have something here from a business owner here locally via Twitter. They said, just curious, what's the opinion of the restaurants and hotel owners that don't have a self-vested interest in gaming machines at this point? Because there's a lot of those hotels and restaurants and those in the hospitality sector that don't have gaming machines. What about them? What are their thoughts on these things? I think it's a great question and something I hope to hear from businesses. You can always email me, bishoponair@gmail.com. But I'm asking you, should Springfield line things up to try to get a casino? Good morning. You're on WMAY.
Hey, Bishop.
Hey.
I'm going to go on record to say this is probably the one and only time that I will ever agree with Roy Williams on anything.
All right.
But the Crown Plaza was actually built to be a casino. I'm in construction and worked on it, and it's set up. He is correct. The first 2 floors are set up to be gaming areas So
you go
it's
into the
ready to
Crown
go.
Plaza, and the main reasons I go there is when there's like a conference or a big banquet or something. And even if they left one of those floors, say the second floor, maybe the first floor, as a banquet spot, they could use the other floor to add. Gosh, can you imagine how many table games could there be? There could be like 150 table games up there.
It's wired and ready to go. I mean, it makes sense. That was the plan all along.
Right on. No, I appreciate that insight. And again, Roy Williams making that suggestion at the city council last night that the Crown Plaza could be perfect for it. And listen, it's right off the highway. You got a massive parking lot there. And across the street, that shopping plaza, it desperately needs some investment and some new life breathed into it. So maybe that's a viable option. And it's far away from the downtown, so it's not going to, dirty up all of the Lincoln historic sites. But what say you? Good morning. You're on WMAY. Should Springfield get a gambling license for a casino?
I've always been one that thought we should have been one of the first cities in the state of Illinois when they opened up gambling. We could have had a good start and had a lot of it. A lot of things probably develop around here. I go to other cities and I see that they'll have one gambling place and there's just, hotels and restaurants everywhere. We could play off Lincoln with this. Get, Lucky Lincoln. Lincoln lived here. Gamble where Lincoln. There's so many things that we're missing out on. And people always say, no one comes to Springfield. Well, this would be more of a draw to come to Springfield than just a Lucy's or whatever place. People aren't coming for those establishments to Springfield to spend time and money. Right. They would for a gambling place, though, and maybe spend the night
for like an actual casino where you've got people walking around with cocktails and you're at a craps table or you're playing roulette or you're watching your buddies win at Texas Hold'em tournaments. There could be a lot there.
And then you add on, if you build something new or add on the hotel space, it would be solved if you added something new. Or, there's just so many positives for it. And then we can get rid of the blight of, a gambling spot on every strip mall. It's and if you can't survive with your business, I agree with the one caller. If your business can't survive with what you originally were, and you had to add gambling to it to stay alive, then maybe you shouldn't have been in business at all, or change what you're doing, or whatever you're doing wasn't working. So,
there's something to say there. There is something to say there. I appreciate the call. 217-629-7970 is the phone number. Should Springfield get a casino? Yes or no? Or are you not sure? 217-629-7970. We'll get to this call in a moment after an email. If the people of Springfield and Central Illinois want a casino, then give it to them. The older people in Springfield don't need to try to be your mama. No, you can't do that. The current Springfield gambling terminal locales certainly weren't worried about taking business away from Peoria or the St. Louis metro area when they were able to jump on the bandwagon. Alderman Sean Gregory is absolutely correct when he says there's nothing for tourists and visitors to do in Springfield. And that was something Gregory said. The only stuff we got is Lincoln, Horseshoe. And, stories of corruption. Maybe we have a casino, and then right next door we could do that corruption museum. Oh, my gosh, that's brilliant. All right, 217-629-7970 is the phone number. Good morning. You're on WMAY.
I got a question. When did they change the law that you can have a land casino? Because all the other ones are on the water.
No, they expanded that. There's development in Chicago, development in Rockford, down in Southern Illinois. God, I can't remember what it is. It's like near a winery or something like that, or some resort that's down in Southern Illinois. So, it's opened up. You don't have boats. You don't have fishing trolling boats with the gambling machines on there. Video poker machines. So yeah, they opened that up. I don't know the specific law, but hey,
okay.
It's just a matter of the state legislature doing something about it.
But I think if they would start one, it'd be beautiful downtown in one of the two big hotels.
Downtown, or did you hear the suggestion of Roy Williams to have it over at the Crown Plaza off I-55 72 over there?
Well, I don't care where, but I think you're a day late and a dollar short on this deal.
Yeah. Well, and that could be it too. Because again, we've got gambling machines, poker machines all over the place in Springfield. So you might be onto something there. Appreciate the calls. Again, I don't think this is the last time we'll talk about this with Springfield's Morning News on WMA.